YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. Tonight's topic of this video is going to feature my 65-inch Sony Bravia 8 Mark II. It's a great TV. I love it. In our prior content, we talked about the price reduction that makes it a little bit more attractive for people that were concerned from a pricing perspective on this TV. This video is going to feature gaming, specifically PC gaming. So let me set you up for some video expectations as to how I'm going to try to direct and film this content. Number one, we're going to have some timestamps down in the description, starting right now. So you can feel free to skim through there if there's bullet points that you think you need to get through. Number two, I'm going to film this with two different cameras. We're going to be filming this in 4K at up to 60 frames per second with high dynamic range is how I'm going to render this. Now, this camera right here is not shooting in HDR. However, when I do get to the gameplay, I want to make sure that I'm using the best tool that I have in my toolbox to produce the content. What that means for you is that you might have to come back to see the video in its best, most optimal format, if you will. YouTube does take a little bit of time to render, content in HDR or to post it. I don't know how it works. I'm still figuring some things out, but I think we're going to have some great content. I'm going to play a couple of different games. We're not going to do any B-rolling. It's just going to be live recording with commentary. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're going to get it going right after this intro. All right, guys, let's get into some content. Hopefully you can hear me well. And as I said in the opening sequence of all of this, we're going to be using two different cameras so that I can capture HDR properly. Yes, I can actually capture some HDR. Come back and see this at a later time. Also using a different microphone. So not looking to get into too much gameplay here, but I do want to bring you something. Right, so Resident Evil 2, okay, not the newest game, is running at complete max settings, ray tracing, everything turned on. Put us in a position where we get the best fidelity of what this can offer me that we can see.
Don't shoot! Get down!
So one thing about the CG in this game looks virtually to be the same as the gameplay in gameplay using this Resident Evil engine that Capcom has produced.
Right field.
Woo, it's looking good though, I can tell you that.
I'm alright. How about you?
Can't stay here, it's not safe.
Go on ahead. I'll meet you at the station.
It's looking good, man. All right, so this type of content isn't really about the gameplay portion of it. I just want to focus on the TV and what it's doing well. So one thing I like about this TV, without me having to set much with it, I can still see a lot of the detail in the dark areas, okay? It reminds me a lot like the Bravia 9 from last year, which is still a running model that Sony has. I felt like there was some crushed black details within the A95L, unless you set some things which for me raised some blacks. But I just think that this TV just handles things a little bit better. I really do. On top of that, you're getting everything that you would expect from a QD OLED. The color saturation potential is just phenomenal. Very cinematic. Looks extremely cinematic, right? So again, we're not looking to do any crazy gameplay. Number one, I don't want to make this video too long, but man, this just looks really good. Very dark game. When we talk about something looking cinematic, I mean, like, You get a big screen. I like gaming on PC just due to the fact that we're not dealing with any type of compromises should I decide to run with a lower frame rate. I know that I could be playing with the best graphical fidelity possible. I'm going to keep each transition just to a couple of minutes. Game looks beautiful. Motion picture stuff for real. All right, guys, this is Resident Evil 2, the remake on Steam. All right, guys, we got Resident Evil 3 remake running here. Opening sequence.
CDC is quarantined the lower Midwestern region of the U.S.
Commitment, honesty, integrity, these are the core values that create the foundation for our
Brightness is good, man. It's like watching a movie, man. You know? Playing a video game on this thing is just like that.
That will continue to build a brighter future for all of us.
Fun fact, I have not played this game. The original, hundreds of times probably. The remake, I'm saving it for them to get everything going. So I've run the opening sequence a few times, testing some TVs. I'm getting ready to drop Nemesis off in Raccoon City. All right, right here we got in-game content, actual gameplay. This is the Resident Evil engine running. Room's got a black and white kind of filter to it with a very cool bass, even though I have the TV on Expert 2, which adds a little bit more green. This is the overall look to this scene right here so far. So we'll get up in a minute and move Jill around. Get to that bathroom. That's where we'll get a little bit of pop. There's absolutely no color going on right here. Nothing really to observe. Very minimum light. All your lights coming from in here. Get our first look at Jill. Unlike Resident Evil 2, this doesn't start with a ton of colors and gameplay. This transition be a little bit longer. We for sure don't condone none of that activity. All right, so now we got a lot of color pop. Hopefully this poor little camera can keep up with everything that's going on. We can take advantage of seeing some colors. This game has a soft filter over it. Like, even though I'm running it natively, it just organically is designed to look like it's just The resolution is a little sharp, not as sharp. Got an old CRT television there. We're just gonna inspect the room a little bit, not really trying to focus on action. But man, it looks good. Like even that light that's flashing right there, I don't know what this is. It's a sign of some kind. It modifies like the overall temperature of the room. I can make out everything here. Hopefully my camera can also, but it's like super dark, but I can still make out like everything that's in here. And we haven't done any crazy modifications on the picture. All right, this is Resident Evil 3 Remake on Steam. All right, man, we got the tunes of Resident Evil 4 Remake serenading our ears right now.
So tell me, Yankee,
As we're running this opening sequence, this content right here is actually in-game content.
let's just say, looking for someone. That someone must be very important, then. The chief gave the orders himself. Help him, he said. I'm sure your boys didn't come.
Probably without argument the best remake so far done. But I think they're all really well. And like I said, I haven't really jumped into playing them because I'm waiting for them to just get it all out the way.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Just between us. A lot of people have gone missing around here. And it's been that way for a while now.
Well then, should be just another day in the office, right?
I mean, last week there was a search for some
Game looks super, super, super cinematic. Like nothing is overly pressed at all. Now listen, you can go in with this and you can turn the hell out of colors and things like that, but this game got a lot of dead green like vegetational look to it. Things look dark and rotten.
I'll be right back.
The color pop is there though. You look at the badges in that prior transition. Look at this badge. It's hidden. Ooh, look at that, man. It's on point, man. It's looking good. It's looking real good. We got this running at max settings. We got ray tracing turned on. That little bit of light that was to the left of him. You scroll back 10 seconds if you need to. It's on purpose, man. It's on purpose. Smoke from his cigarette.
He sure is taking his time. Did he fall in? Maybe you better go and take a look.
Leon said, ain't no problem, dude.
Watch the car. Wouldn't want to get a parking ticket.
So much for helping me.
We're gonna get into some movements in just a few seconds. Boom. Ran right into that. That transition was so clean. Let's go back there. He's blinded right here. Man, that looks great. We just gonna move through here. Get a good look at the details. Light, reflections. Got it. We don't want to run through greatness. Want to take it in. It's Resident Evil 4 Remake. Move through here. We'll see this carcass in a second.
How far could he have gone?
Check out this red, see if it's hidden. Y'all know red, my favorite color. Oh, it's hidden. Oh, it's hidden. Look at that. The clunks of the blood. How I get orange where it's diluted with the water a little bit in the middle right there. A little flame from the fire. Oh yeah, it's hidden. Motion picture like. This is Resident Evil 4 Remake on Steam. All right, guys, so I appreciate you tuning in. It looks like we played about 8-9 games there. I'm gonna make a decision to pick 3 to 4 titles, get them compiled here because I don't want this video to be too long. Ultimately, what I gather from this TV is that it offers a really strong cinematic look. Now, the type of gamer that I am on the big screen side of things, I wouldn't care if a TV, could, do 180 hertz or anything like that. I personally want something that's going to be able to look really good, have a strong list in terms of, settings that I can tweak to make it look a different way. And for it to just perform very smooth. The Bravia 8 Mark II delivers on all of that, okay? Out of the box, whether you're playing something in SDR or if you do HDR. And by the way, most HDR games are going to have some type of brightness slider or some extra settings that you'll have to navigate through. But specifically, if you're playing older games that don't have HDR, the TV does a really good job, like out of the box, just it's ready to go, okay? From a gaming perspective, what I didn't show, and we'll make more dedicated gaming content about this TV, is that it does have a game optimization. It's a Sony has been working on for the couple of years, and in my opinion, it does a pretty good job. They even have an option where you can minimize the screen of the TV if you're playing something more competitive like Call of Duty. Now, I did make content of that because this is a feature that's been existing for A95K and A95L, and right now I card that into the corner of the screen so you can check out that. But ultimately, the TV looks great, and coming in at $3,000 on the current sale price that it is as of time of this recording, it makes it really competitive. Now, when you start to look at like what it might be missing, the 4 HDMI 2.1s, it doesn't have that, obviously. The competitors from Samsung and Sony and LG, excuse me, will focus just on them. They do offer technically a higher refresh rate for the PC space that you can take advantage of. This TV is going to cap out at 120 hertz, which in my personal opinion is fantastic. Now, when I did PC game in my living room, I was looking for a cinematic experience. To be honest with you, I really didn't care if I got more than 60 frames per second. Now, when playing games like the ones that I've tried to feature in this video, again, haven't decided what I'm going to share exactly, but all the games that I played within me making this content, single player story driven games. So I'm looking for great graphical fidelity, a cinematic looking experience, and that 60 frame per second with a tight native raw refresh resolution. And that's what the PC gaming gives you, and the TV delivers, giving me everything that I felt like is something I would need. If you guys happen to have any detailed questions, let me know. I haven't seen any opportunities within me setting it up on PC, and obviously plugging up a gaming console is not going to be an issue for this TV. But I wanted to bring you some content, raise some awareness, let you know that the TV is capable of producing some very, very good fidelity, as it does with watching film also. So thanks a lot for the grace, and you allow me the space to make this content. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace, God bless, and as I always say, max love. We out.